Good afternoon, everyone. This is a video for guys who have already bought the ration balancing spreadsheet from us. I am going to go through the whole process in a lot more detail than in the video that you've already seen, to give you an idea of my thought processes, methods, and of how I tackle the ration balancing. Okay, so guys, when you have paid for you've contacted us and you've paid for the spreadsheet and so on, so you've paid. The second step is we will send you you'll find in your shared with me folder in your Google Drive. So you have to have a Google email or a Gmail account, and in your Google Drive, under shared with me, you will get a folder that this will be in. The first time you will also get an email saying that Training for Farmers have shared a folder with you and so on. So this will be in that folder. Okay, then in that same folder, you will also get an ingredient selection sheet, and we'll look at that in detail just now, and so on. So you'll get those two. And once you've made a selection of your ingredients, then you just let us know. You do not have to copy and paste. You don't have to write it down and WhatsApp it to us, the ingredients. We can see that folder because it's our folder. We've shared it with you. We can both see it. So all you've got to do is do your selection and let us know, yep, it's done. Then give us about 2 business days to prepare the spreadsheet for you with your selection of ingredients. So it will take about 2 days, business days. We also try and have a life in a weekends and so on. So that's the next step. Here's a few videos that you most probably have seen and on YouTube and so on as well. So you've then got these two. The next thing that you'll find in that same folder is let me just maximize this. There we go. Okay, so in here you'll find drop-down screens with a selection of things that you can choose out of. Corn is compulsory. Between corn and soya beans makes up about 90% of pig diets worldwide. So I've put those in as compulsory, but you can choose 2 more from this list. Okay, so you can either not choose anything more if you just want to go with maize or with your other choice, or you can choose barley grain, sorghum grain, wheat grain, rice grain, cassava tubers, sweet potato tubers, bakery waste, things like bread, and also molasses, sugarcane or beet molasses. These things are very nice for taste and so on. Pigs have got incredible taste, a sense of taste. Their smell sense is 2,000 times better than ours, which means, and your taste and your smell is linked, of course. So yeah, if they can smell 2,000 times better, they can definitely taste, and they have a sweet tooth just like any other kids, and so on. So if you don't know what else to choose molasses. I would have chosen it, but for our northern brethren, I'm putting in cassava tuber here, and I'll try and work that into my ration as well. The next in the category for medium energy and medium fiber diets, you've got the selection between beetroot, fodder beet, which has got a huge tuber under the ground, size of a rugby ball, or sorghum bran, rice bran, and maize hominy. Of those two, the best one in my mind is rice bran. So I've selected that one. Then for the low energy, high fiber sources, I've selected cassava peels and PKC or palm kernel. The other choices there is maize bran, wheat bran, and pumpkins, the fruit without the pips, and so on. But again, for our northern brethren, I've selected those two. In a creep diet that we will be doing, these things have no place. Even in a weaner diet, you should not be using any of these two. In a grower, a small percentage. In your finishing diet, a little bit more. The main place for it is in your dry sow diets, where they get fed 2 kilos, but they can eat 7, so there's extra space. So you make a less concentrated diet and give them more of it, and so on. But not even in a lactation diet. A sow lactating for 10 or 15 babies has got the highest nutrient requirement of any stage of her whole life. So you don't want to put rubbish in there that brings down the energy and protein contents. Then your high protein, low quality. Now, low quality protein means it hasn't got the essential amino acids. In the body and in feed, there's 22 amino acids, of which 10 is essential. In pig diets, the most essential ones is firstly lysine, then methionine, then tryptophan, in that order. And that any limitation on any one of those will limit your pig's growth. Now, in here, I've chosen sunflower and sorghum brewery grains, the dry one. You can use a wet one as well. So this is it from sorghum beer that's sort of used in Africa and so on, and then sunflower oil cake, mechanically extracted. Then soya meal, and I've also selected blood meal. You could have chosen fish meal or full fat soya, or peanut meal, or field peas, or fish meal, or black soldier fly larvae, or meat and bone meal. I've chosen blood meal here. Blood meal is very unpalatable. It does not taste nice. Small pigs definitely hate it. Bigger pigs eat it if you camouflage it well enough, but it's got a very high protein, very high quality, but it tastes terrible, and so on. But I've put that in as well. Then your essential amino acids, lysine and methionine, which is the first two limiting amino acids. Then your lime and salt. And for phosphate, you can choose between phosphate and bone meal. They both have phosphate and they both have calcium in them, but depending on the price, you would choose one. I've chosen DCP. And then your premix. Now, this isn't a premix that you buy with a 40 kilogram bag and you just put maize with it. Not that kind of premix. This is a trace element vitamin premix. It usually comes in a 5 kilogram pack that you mix into 1,000 kilograms. The company I use is Wisium in South Africa. I know they've got branches in Nigeria and a few other countries as well. Google them, Wisium, to get some of those. Okay, now now you've done your selection, and as I said, you don't have to copy and paste it and glue it into a WhatsApp and so on. We can see this. You just have to let us know, yep, I'm done. Give us 2 days, and then we will send the next thing, which will be this. Okay, so the spreadsheet with the compulsories and the ones that you have selected put in. So take us a couple of days to put these all in for you. You will see all the options, but you will only be able to change the ones that you have selected. The rest will be blocked. You cannot change anything here. All of this will be blocked. The only thing you can fill in is the cost per ton of that ingredient and the percentage inclusion rate that you want to use. So for your selected ones only, those two, row 20 and 21, you can fill those two in. You can fill those two in. If you try and do anything here, it will just say, no, can't do that, or nothing will happen. Okay, so we've set it up with the selection that I've just shown you and so on. And so the next step is to do the Pearson square thing.